Hey guys, Catherine here. Coming at you today with a resin pouring video. I am going to pour resin in the plains bezel I showed you the making of the other day. And I have already mixed together my resin and allowed it to rest so that it could off gas, and I am ready to put it into the bezel. So the first thing that I want to do is lay down just a very thin layer, just as thin as I can get it to go. Because this is a pretty thin bezel already. It's not very deep like the other bezels I've showed you the making of so far. So I haven't got a lot of space to put decorations and things into. But I've got these little cavities cut out in it, and those are what's going to get resin. So I'm just going to take and put a drop in each of these rays of the sunburst, because this is meant to look like a sunburst. At least it looks like a sunburst to me. Go. Drop just a drop in each one. And I've checked the back and made sure that it was sealed up really well, because I do not want the resin escaping, and it is. The back of this one is sealed up very well, which is nice. Go. And then, because these are small enough that I can't get my popsicle stick all the way to the corners, I'm going to spread the resin around in each of these cavities with a toothpick, just to make sure that I get a good coating on the bottom to all corners. Which the ones that are fuller, that shouldn't be too much trouble, but the ones that are thinner might take a little bit of convincing, because I didn't get evenly sized drops. Here we go. Alright, now comes the dangerous part. This is a plains symbol, and it's already in white, which is the color of plains, but I want to accent it with yellow and gold, because that's what the plains symbol reminds me of in magic, is not only white but also yellow and gold. It's very celestial, so I am going to get glitter. And I'm just going to try to be just very light-handed with this. I'm going to use my wet toothpick. I actually make it a little bit wetter, and then see if I can't get that glitter into each of the rays of the sun here. And that's why I said this is the dangerous part. Anytime you get glitter out, you are in danger of getting glitter everywhere else too. I don't want to tip it or tap it into these, because then it'll just get on everything. And it's going to get on everything anyway. Let's be honest, it's glitter. But this gives me just a little bit more control, so I feel better about working with it. Are so far so golden. Just a bit of glitter in the back of each of these. Trying not to get it just everywhere, but getting it kind of all over the place anyway, because that's what's going to happen because it's glitter. Go. Stirring it around inside of it really well. And there we have it. And I'm not going to put glitter in the center. So I can go ahead and put this glitter away before it gets too much everywhere else. And then I'll lift this up and show it to you guys to show how far we've gotten as of yet. That's what it looks like with just the glitter in it. And then what I want to do is take some pearls. I've got these little nail art pearls that I'm going to use, and some tweezers. I'm just going to grab a pearl and try to drop it into the center. Of here, and a couple more. Just arranging them. There we go. Just little pearls in the center. And that center actually is probably going to want a little bit more resin before I put anything else in, because it's not quite covering those pearls. There we go. And then I'm going to switch over to a darker yellow pearl and just drop a couple of those in with it. Not a lot, and just kind of mix them in. There we have it. And then wipe off my tweezers because I don't want them getting resined to things. And close this up so that it doesn't make a mess. And that's going to be it for decorating on this plains pendant. The only thing left that I want to do is dome it over. So I'm just going to slowly fill the center up and lead it outward. Go. Encourage it to fall out to the edges and dome so that it goes all the way out to the sides. And this is going to be a slowish process. It's not a quick thing to dome this up because you don't want too much, and you also certainly don't want too little. You want to be able to have it go to the edges and then stop, which can sometimes be challenging depending on what you've got. Go. Sure to just lead it into those sun rays. And then around. Encourage it outward. Because while I do want it to dome, I don't want it to overflow. So a little bit of encouragement in this area should help it to not overflow. And I think that's probably going to be enough resin on there once I encourage it outward and set it on a level surface so that it can harden and self-level. Maybe not. Might need a little bit more now that I've worked it out most of the way. Yeah, that's going to want a little bit more resin. That's okay. We'll just drop it right in the center so that it can flow outward to the edges on its own and self-level. And just a little bit more. And then because I've domed this, I'm not going to be able to lift it up to show it to you guys anymore. But I can move back the cup of resin and let you get a clear view. And this is what the plains pendant is going to look like. Oh, there's an edge there where I didn't quite push it out all the way. There we are. And I could keep fiddling this, and I could keep building it up slowly and encouraging it to dome more, but even though it's a dome piece, I want it to be a fairly flat dome. I just want it to have a nice rounded edge right at the outside. So this is done, and I'm going to set it aside now. And thank you guys for watching me work on this, and I will see you all next time when I make the plains bezel.